Welcome everybody to How Fast Will It Go, and today we're dealing with the 1985 Mazda RX-7 GSL-SE. Now this has 1016 horsepower, 851 pounds-feet of torque from a 7 litre twin turbocharged V8 engine. The car now has all-wheel drive and it weighs 2,476 pounds, and it can now do 0 to 60 in 2.613 seconds and 0 to 104.905 seconds. And I know what you're thinking, I've put a V8 in a car well known for having a rotary engine, but I could have swapped a racing rotary engine in this, but it just does not produce anywhere near the same amount of power as this. Is about 300 horsepower off, so yeah, and neither does it have the same kind of levels of torque either. So yeah, as much as I would have liked to have kept it a rotary, it just really wasn't going to be quick enough. So yeah, let's see what this 80s classic can do. I've given it that little bit of an extra wing on the back there just for a little bit of extra stability. It's non-adjustable, so it doesn't actually affect the aerodynamics or downforce. Just yeah, a bit of extra weight over the back will hopefully help, because this car is really rather light and it's got a hell of a lot more power than it had originally. So that's 240. That's 250. Be interesting to see if we can beat the Mercedes from the previous episode, which is obviously a far newer vehicle. And we have done. That's 261 held. It's not the most, easiest of cars to drive. Mercedes was certainly the more planted vehicle, but then again, that is obviously a far newer car as well. And that actually had a wing on the rear end that helped in stability, and I have no idea what the Ford is doing in the middle of the motorway here, but it seems to want to get in my way. The AI in this game are mental sometimes, I swear. We have loads of understeer, which I guess is no surprise. This was not an all-wheel drive originally. It's in with a much bigger engine up front, so that is a bit of a disadvantage, but without the all-wheel drive I doubt we would have been able to be as controllable. Yeah, this car didn't even have 150 horsepower originally. It certainly didn't have anywhere near as much torque either, so asking a lot out of this 35-year-old classic. And the AI is asking a lot of me as well. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get around that without slowing down. Bit of a shame there, but that's just the way this series runs sometimes. You get a bit unlucky or you don't. They've got plenty of acceleration even towards the top end, but it's just not quite quick enough to take advantage of the limited amount of area that we have. So they've got some pace to it, but yeah, not quite enough in all honesty, especially on this side of the motorway, which obviously does have the inclines on the go. Held on a bit better there than it has done before, but not quite enough to really do all that much. But yeah, still it's quicker than the Mercedes from the previous episode, though only granted by 1 mile an hour, but that is still faster, which yeah is mighty impressive when you consider this is a far older car than that Mercedes-Benz is. And yeah, nonetheless it's managed to match the Eagle Speedster, the Porsche 356C Cabriolet Emery Special, beats the Mercedes, like I said before from the previous episode, as well as the ATS GT, Lamborghini Huracan Performante, Ford GT40 Mark 1, Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR and the Porsche 911 GT3. In terms of 80s cars though, I think this is one of the slower ones that we have. Yeah, the 288 GTO for instance from Ferrari managed 265, and Mitsubishi Starion managed 268, so in terms of Japanese 80s cars, this is way slower, even slower than the Toyota Sprinter as well. So yeah, in terms of 80s cars, this is unfortunately not quite as quick as some of the best, but yeah, it's still a good car in stock form. Just a shame that it can't really excel when you give it a hell of a lot of upgrades. But yeah, this car is still well worth getting if you want it, as it's part of the festival playlist. You just have to do a free race championship, which I've actually done in a video, and yeah, then it's all yours, and it's a cracking car in its own right in stock form. But yeah, in terms of upgrades, maybe you want to lower your sights a little bit in terms of what it can or can't do, because in terms of top speed and handling at the same time, it's not quite there. But yeah, still a fun car, stock or otherwise. Nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.